I believe that success in business and in life is greatly dependent upon our ability to influence others in a positive way. As a matter of fact, all of your sales, all of your marketing should be designed around that ability to influence others because you see, it's you. The product is you. It's always been you. It's always going to be you. You are what they are buying, and you are what they are not buying. So if your sales aren't where they need to be, then sometimes we have to look in the mirror at the product that we've designed. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you the 3 steps that influence every single sell. Step number 1 is engage. So in this process, I call this the exposure stage. So I did a sales seminar about 2 years ago, and it was called Coffee is for Closers. And at the end of that sales seminar, it was an all-day event. At the end of that sales seminar, we offered a boot camp, a sales boot camp. And it was a high ticket item. And we had a bunch of entrepreneurs that bought into this group coaching program, this boot camp, if you would. And once we got everybody in the boot camp and we started to go around the room and do some discovery, what we realized was that none of them really had a problem with sales. They were all pretty good at sales. They had a great product. It was priced effectively. They knew how to sell it. They knew how to offer it. The problem that most of them had was they didn't have enough opportunities. It was exposure that they were really lacking. They weren't doing the right thing on the marketing side. They weren't generating enough leads to hit the numbers that they wanted to hit in sales. They just were not putting their opportunity in front of enough people. Yeah, I heard a speaker speak a few years back, and what he said stuck with me, and it was extremely powerful. And he said, the mindset shift that needs to take place in your business is when you start to see yourself as a professional marketer. It's when you stop seeing yourself as a real estate agent, you stop seeing yourself as a coach or a speaker or whatever your business is, and you begin to see yourself as a professional marketer that does real estate, or a professional marketer that does business coaching or life coaching, or a professional marketer that does public speaking or professional speaking. It's when that shift takes place in your mind that making money will become extremely easy for you because, again, you'll be engaging more people into what it is that you're offering. So when we talk about this first step of the process, which is the engagement, we're talking about, your online and your offline networking. We're talking about building your relationships, generating your leads, getting referrals. We're talking about as you go out and you begin to engage your audience and you begin to tell your story and your journey and what makes you special and sets you apart. It's when you engage them both online and offline, because I believe marketing is a key for both of those, online and offline. And I believe you need to be doing both. Obviously, as you are putting yourself out there, you're speaking to the pain points, right, of your target market. You're drawing them in with your marketing. This is the engagement process, which is that first initial phase. When you're sitting down in a one-to-one sales situation, possibly. I created something I called the 15-minute rule. This is the engagement process again, because I believe that when you sit down and you speak with somebody, they'll tell you everything you need to know in the first 15 minutes. If you get somebody talking about themselves, you control that conversation. You get them to take you on a journey. In that first 15 minutes, they're going to tell you everything you need to know. They're going to tell you how to connect with them. They're going to tell you how to, what they're inspired by. They're going to tell you what their pain points are. And they're going to tell you exactly what offer and how you need to present that offer to them that's going to solve the problem that they have. So that's step number 1 is engage. Step number 2 is educate. I call this the expert stage. This is your opportunity to shine and show off everything that you've learned over the years, because I believe that your life experiences, the good, the bad, the ugly, your professional experiences, the good, the bad, the ugly, all make you unique and make you powerful as an expert in your industry. This is an opportunity for you to really offer some solutions to those pain points that your target market has. So how do we get out there and educate the masses? Well, obviously you've got your online opportunities where you're shooting those short videos, just educating people on something that's related to their pain points, obviously, of that target market. You can do your webinars and all the stuff that you do online where you're taking that education you've gained over the years and you've given it back out. I talk to people all the time that, they're scared, especially coaches, they're scared to give all their good stuff away because they're afraid that, they're giving too much, right? So they just hold it all back. But I will tell you this, if you really want to get a lot of people to engage with you, then when you get to this education part of this process, you want to give it to them, give it all to them. Just throw it all out there and give them as much value as you possibly can. We talk about this expert stage and education part of this. We talk about our offline marketing. As you're out there and you're doing your networking, speaking engagements are absolutely huge. When we do our Speak Like a Boss boot camp, I have another event that I do called Speak Like a Boss. And at the end, we offer a boot camp where we train people on how to create their signature presentations and how to structure them and how to make offers and all of that kind of stuff. And in that Speak Like a Boss boot camp, we help them cultivate a presentation and we teach them how to go out and get more of those speaking opportunities. And these presentations can be done either online or they can be done offline. But a great way to get out there and engage in this education step is by speaking and sharing your knowledge. I always say that, knowledge is power, but sharing that knowledge with others, now that's purpose. So step 3 is going to be inspire. That's right. I call this the encouragement stage. One of the biggest sellers out there right now, y'all, is encouragement, because everybody that you come into contact with needs it. The inspire step is the easiest step. It's the easiest stage. This is where the close of the sale comes into play. Because the reason I say this is the easiest step is because if you've done everything right, if you've done the engagement process right, and you've done the education process right, then the sell is going to be easy. This is when your indirect selling comes into play. Because you have already built so much value, they are asking you to sell to them at this point. I'll take some pressure off of you here and remind you that you can't say the right thing to the wrong person, and you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. As long as your offer, as long as you've built that credibility through both that engagement process and the education process, and your offer solves their pain point, then you're going to make the sell. And another thing I'll tell you is this, is that you've got to go into these sales. You've got to stop selling out of your own wallet. What do I mean by that? Well, if you've got a high ticket item, you've got to go out and sell that high ticket item like you've got Amy Walker's wallet in your pocket and not necessarily yours. Because a lot of times what happens is we get in our own head and we think, oh my gosh, I can't afford a $25,000 coaching program, or I can't afford a product of this. So we go in selling from our own wallets. So take that out of the equation. And as you sit down and you're in that closing process, don't act like you need the sell. Act like they need the sell. And if you go in with that mindset, it's going to make a huge difference. So let's recap real quick. So the 3 steps are engage, educate, and inspire. We're engaging them with our marketing. We are educating them through doing our presentations, whether it be online, whether it be our short videos. We're going out, we're doing networking, We're doing one-to-ones, engaging with them, educating them, and inspiring during those one-to-ones. And we're getting out, we're doing some public speaking, and we're doing some presenting. And so the engagement, the education, and the inspiration, all three of these steps can be used in every aspect of your business. When you're doing your online marketing, make sure that your marketing has the engagement, the education, and the inspiration, the call to action at the end. Make sure those videos, those webinars have those three phases. Make sure that when you're out networking, that you're engaging, educating, and inspiring. Make sure that when you go and do public speaking, that your presentation is set up in a way that you engage, you educate, and you inspire. And if you check those three boxes in everything that you do in your business, then one, you're going to build that following, you're going to get more leads, you're going to get more referrals, and you're going to close a lot more sales. So with that said, I have an offer for you all today in the inspiration part. Hopefully I've shared something with you all today that inspires you to go back and look at how you're presenting, how you're making your offers, how you're engaging with people, and that you'll make what adjustments are necessary. So I hope that I've inspired you in the short time we've had together to start looking at that. But I also want to inspire you by making an offer to you today, and that is to have a 30-minute strategy session with me. Now, by scheduling this 30-minute strategy session, you're not going to get a hired salesperson that's going to sell you some program that you don't need, okay? What you're going to get is you're going to get 30 minutes with me. You're going to get a second pair of eyes on your business that is going to just be there for you to maybe point out some things that you haven't seen, to be there to tell you the things maybe that you don't necessarily want to hear but need to hear. And this 30-minute strategy session will be you and I just looking at your business, making some suggestions, just helping you in any way that I can. Absolutely no strings attached. You and me, 30 minutes. And I'm going to make you guys an offer today that you can't refuse, because I'm going to give you that 30-minute strategy session for free. So all you got to do is go to the link that they're providing for you guys here. And here's my guarantee to you. All right. It's absolutely free. Here's my guarantee. I always give a guarantee when I make my offers. If you're not 100% satisfied with the 30 minutes with me, then I'll give you your investment back. How about that? All right. So, hey, listen, guys, you know, your time is one of those assets that you can never replace. And y'all gave some of that to me today. And I love you for it. God bless you. Thank you, guys.